It's Friday. We're gonna talk about what's sold. Yeah, it's Friday. I hope you sold something too. Ah, yes, I really, really do. It's Friday.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to see you. Thanks for coming back to watch my silly little videos again. Gosh, it's Friday. It's actually Friday, February 28th, so it's the end of February already. I had a really slow week. Did you have a slow week? Let me know. But I am hearing that a lot of people are noticing a bit of a slowdown on eBay recently. Hopefully that won't become a real trend. Hopefully people get back on there and start buying stuff. But I did have some sales, of course, so we're going to talk about it. As usual, I'm going to tell you how much I bought it for, how much it sold for, what the net profit is after we take out the fees, and how long that I had it in my store. So let's go. First thing is this is a vintage Pitchfork is the brand. This is a square dancing top. Very cute. Got this for free from a friend who was helping her grandma clear out some stuff. I sold it for $15, which gave me a profit of $12.15, and that just took 3 months to sell. All right, this globe. You may recall this globe from one of our Money Pile videos. The brand is called Replogle, which is a very strange word, but it's Replogle. It was a black globe, vintage, very nice, on a really nice chrome base and everything. Let's see, I paid $5 for it. It sold for $43, and that gave me a profit of $30.06. And what I learned from selling this Replogle globe is that shipping a globe is expensive. When I had it in the box, Jonathan had it all in there packed up, but it was so big that it was going to cost $80 and some change. But if you disassemble the globe and put the stand, all the parts next to the globe, it ended up being, I think, $24. So, kind of crazy on the difference on that. So I contacted the buyer and I asked him if he was okay if we disassemble. And I explained exactly why. Like, if we have to pay $80 and whatever in shipping, then I can't afford to take that kind of loss. So we'll have to cancel the sale. He said, by all means, take it apart. Let's do it. So we did. And it was fine. But I will definitely keep that in mind in the future. I had put the listing at $18 for shipping. So the customer gladly paid that. And then because of the lesson, I paid the difference to get it up to that $24 and some change. But I'm so glad it worked out and I did sell it. So that was good. Anywho, let's go. This was a hero find. This is a JB Garten. It looks like a duck decoy, but it's not really a decoy. It's more of a statue of a drake mallard duck. And this sucker was so heavy. It was a little crazy. But we paid $10 for this one a really long time ago. Let's see. It sold for, I had it listed when we bought it. The comps were looking like it was going to go for like $80. So I thought that's great. So we paid 10. It sold for $34. And that gave us a profit of $17.25, and it was 18 months to sell that one. So I will definitely think twice before picking up another one of those, especially for $10. If I could get it for $1 to $5, I will. Okay, a pair of silhouette eyeglasses. Sorry, I purchased these for $3.24 and they sold for $54. I accepted an offer on them, and that gave me a profit of $43.08, and those just took 3 months to sell. And I still have a few more. Remember, I bought I want to say 7 pair at one estate sale. So the silhouettes, those are good. Okay, now another Gainey pot. We talked about this a while back. This one did not sell for as much because it had a hairline crack in it that I didn't notice when I purchased it. So I did grab this one from a yard sale for $2. It sold for $50, and that gave me a profit of $36.16, and it just took 4 months to sell. But that's still great profit, $2 into $54. I'm sorry, into $50 for the sale. But it just notice if there's any cracks in them. Basically, if you put it in the palm of your hand and you twang it, it should ring out nice. It's not crystal or anything, but it should sound like a nice bell. If it has any kind of crack, even if it's just in the finish, it's going to be a deadened clunk on there. So keep that in mind. Good way to test them out. All right, now another one of these chairs. These are made by Buyer of Maine, and basically it's 2 pieces of wood. You just chunk it together. So it's real easy to ship. You just slide the seat out. They go flat. put it in a box, send it off, send it on its way. I paid $3.33 for that one, and it sold for $50, gave me a profit of $38.16, and that one just took 4 months to go. And I have one left, and it had a little damaged part on it, so I priced it lower. Hopefully that one will go too. All right, here's some clothing. This is a St. John. They call this their liquid satin. St. John is a little subjective. Some of it's going to sell for a ton of money. Some of it's going to sell for just a regular decent amount of money, like these. I paid $5 for these at a yard sale long ago. It took forever. It felt like they sold for $35, and that gave me $26.55, and those took 16 months to sell. And I really thought those were just going to fly out. They were really pretty. I'm sure they feel really nice against your skin too. Okay, the first one of my big pile of yearbooks has sold. This one was the Lomika, 1949. And it was a fun sale because a gal reached out to me and she says, I think my mom's in this yearbook. Can you look for her? So sure enough, I found her. She was a senior that year. It's super cute. And there are several pictures of her. So I took some photographs of the pictures of her mom to send. And as soon as I sent them, I thought, well, wait a minute. Now she's not going to buy the book because I sent her the photos. But she did. She bought the book. I paid 96 cents for it. It sold for 27, and that gave me a profit of 21.88. And it just took a week for that to sell, which, that is a little unusual. This, it's a real particular situation, but hopefully I'll find some other people for the rest of them and they'll just keep rolling out. Generally with old yearbooks, either high school or college, which the pile that I got was mostly college, even though this one was high school. I will price them at $29.99 and then accept offers, going down from there. And usually they end up selling at least 25 and up, which is great if you get them, for $1, like I usually do. So keep your eye out for those. All right, now next is, more Shikishi boards. These just keep giving. Shikishi, the gift that keeps on giving. It wasn't a gift, I bought them. But anyway, back on track, Amy. All right, so this person bought 20 Shikishi boards. So I am into these boards for $3.60, and they sold for $59.98, and that gave me a profit of $48.87. And those I have done, 20 months that they've been sitting, but as you may know, if you've been around for a while, I just have boxes of these, and they'll sit, and it's fine. I just keep doling them out, Shikishi sheet. If you need any, let me know. Okay, now, let's see. These are 2 silk scarves. They're by Cedric Bouchier, and they were Van Gogh water lily themed. And hold on just 1 second here. Winslow, knock it off, kid. And I give him a cookie. He's making some sounds that would be undesirable for the background of a video. So yeah, crunch that cookie. Okay. Next up here, the Cedric Bouchier. I'm so sorry. Life happens all the time, even while you're making a video. Okay, so these, I paid $4.50 for them. They sold for $25, and that gave me $16.85 in profit, and those took 4 months to sell. All right, next up is it's a blouse by a brand called 3 Potato. They do art to wear, leg and look. This one I paid $3 for. Sold for $18. No, it didn't. So for $37, and that gave me $28.29 in my pocket. And that one was pretty quick. It just took a month for that one to sell. Okay, next up here, this one, I got a message from a buyer. Her dog had some kind of procedure done and was healing and needed some boots. So she offered me $18 and tell me something's wrong with your dog, I'll give you a deal. So I paid $3 for these and they sold for $18, giving me a profit of $11.56, and they took 6 months to sell. It's fine. He needed some boots to wear while his foot heals, she said. Here you go. Take them. All right, now next one here, this is that really nice Barney's New York brown leather belt with a big chunky brass buckle. It was really nice. I got this one for $5. At the same sale, I got the 3 Potato shirt. So I sold this one for $35, and that gave me a profit of $24.55, and again, just a month on that one. Okay, next up, this little Yorkie. His name is Izzy, and he's a Jim Shore. Got him for $1 just recently here, and I sold it for $22, and that gave me a profit of $17.24, and that just took 3 days to sell. Now, Jim Shore and we have a mixed relationship. usually whenever I see his stuff at a sale, it's just too expensive for me to have enough room to make any money on it. So I picked this one up because it was $1 and it sold. And that just now makes me want to look for more Jim Shore. But again, I just saw some at a sale and they wanted like $30, $40, $50 a piece on them. So I didn't get any. But maybe in the future, I will continue to try to embrace the Jim Shore and sell more of it. But he makes cute stuff, so I'll keep an eye out. All right, next up here, this was a mistake. I paid $1.20 for this vintage tile with chili peppers on it. The brand name is Carlisle. It was made in the USA. I thought it was going to be great. It sold for $12, and that gave me a profit of $8.34. And it took 6 months for that to sell, but I didn't lose money, so that's a good thing. All right, and our last item. Yeah, we're done already. Like I said, it was a slow week. A whole whale of a sale here. This is a vintage brass whale. It's just a figurine that would sit on your shelf. It was about 9 inches long. And that guy, I got him for $2 and he sold for $25. And that gave me a profit of $18.45 and just took 6 weeks to sell. I always look at brass stuff. I mean, it's kind of making a comeback. Like when I was a kid, brass was all the rage. In the 80s, everybody had brass stuff in their house. And then it went away. And now people are like embracing the brass figurines and such now. So check the comps when you see them. That's all the only advice I can give you. I'm not going to say you're going to, pay off your mortgage with them, but check them out. All right, so that's it. I want to keep rambling at you. But I do want to let you know that if you're on eBay and you are a clothes seller, eBay has implemented the new categories for item condition. So when you start a new listing, it's going to give you pull up a new sheet where you can choose, it used to just be new with tags. Maybe it was new without tags and then pre-owned. And now there are other pre-owned categories: pre-owned excellent, pre-owned good, and then pre-owned fair. And it has a description in there which one will best suit your item. But the situation is that since they brought in the new fields, they went in and just changed all of our current listings for clothing, this is for clothing only, to pre-owned good, which honestly, like if I sell clothing, it's only going to be excellent condition because I don't want any problems. I mean, unless it's like an Arc'teryx jacket that has a tiny mark on it. Other than that, so that wouldn't be excellent because it wouldn't be like stain free. But so what I'm doing is I'm going through each day and then I go to my active listings and then you'll sort them by ending soonest. And that's going to show you everything that's going to end today. And you can click on each one, you'll end that item, and then you're going to do a sell similar because that's going to boost it in the algorithm as a new listing. And then you can change that field when you do list it again in there. Gosh, I hope that description makes sense to you on how to do it. If you have any questions, let me know. But then essentially by refreshing that listing, that's counting, like I said, as a new listing. It is going to kind of do a little punch to the algorithm on that. And hopefully, I've noticed when I do that for listings, a lot of times it'll sell within the next week. So this may help out your store too. But we do have to keep an eye out for those new fields when you're listing clothing. And since I don't list clothing all the time, I may be late to the game on this because I just noticed it this week. I was like, oh gosh, gotta click that extra button there. So anyway, get that done if you need to. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get out there and find some stuff. I hope you get it listed and I hope you get it sold.